We're entitled to do what we want, yes, but we're not entitled to receiving things from others or even sometimes from God. We know that the people of Israel were entitled, and this got them to thinking in a faulty way and seeing things in a faulty way. And even the way that they wished that they would go back to Egypt was because they had that sense of entitlement. They expected God to give them things that they were not ready for, and they chose not to trust God. Then we also have the prodigal son. He was entitled to his birthright, and because of that, he spent all of his inheritance because he got it way too early. Sometimes when we are entitled to the things that we are not ready for, or the things that we expect others to give us, this can affect our relationships, and it also affects the way in which we view people. But the truth about being entitled is that it leaves us in a state where our hearts are hardened, and we expect people to do things for us that we're not willing to do for ourselves. And we have to be able to take a step back and say, what is my heart posture? What is it that I want, that I am expecting? Am I having a realistic expectation over that person? Or is it that I just want something out of them, and it is out of greed, or it is out of pride? We think that we deserve certain things from people. But the truth is, no one owes us anything. They don't have to do it. It's out of the goodness of their heart. And the same applies with God. It's out of his grace and mercy and his love that he does what he does for us. And what entitlement teaches us is that we have to be willing to wait. We have to be willing to trust God's path for our lives. We have to be willing to learn the lessons. Sometimes we want people to do things for us, but God hasn't called them to do those things for us. And because sometimes he wants us to know that we can do those things that we're expecting others to do for us. So we have to learn that we can do all things through Christ who strengthens us. And we have to learn to have good motives when we want people to help us, and know that they don't owe us anything, that at any time they don't have to do it, and we have to trust God's redirection, God's lessons for us, God's way of teaching us to learn to wait for things that we may not be ready to receive. But sometimes even not even waiting, but just learning to understand that those things are not meant for us, that maybe God has something better for us. So my question to you today is, do you have any single person that you have been mad at lately because you felt entitled to something that they should have given you, that they should have done for you? And if so, what is it that you needed from them? And can you release forgiveness? And what is the fruit of the Spirit that God wants to teach you in that moment? Have a blessed day.